handheld rig from Freewell, and it's really compact and it's fantastic. To me, this is what mobile filmmaking is all about, is keeping it as simple as possible, but getting the quality of footage that you really want. And comes with, you can buy these ND magnetic kits that come with it, like this, which then just literally attach. They're really solid, doesn't fall off at all. It's a variable neutral density filter, so it works brilliantly. 1 to 5, there's also a 6 to 9 as well, so there are 2 different kits that you can buy. Got this great little handheld grip, which is really good, with Bluetooth on-off switch, so that you can actually record from this button here and it will connect to your phone, which is really great. Like that design, and that just comes on and off like so, really nice and simple, and then you just spring it back into place. It's pretty hardcore actually. There we go, got it. Nice thin case. It's a little bit like the Moment cases, but this is a little bit more sturdier, I think, the Freewell one. It's a bit more rugged. But this magnetic connection and this metal sealant around the lenses here is really, really solid, and it's just nice and clever. No more screwing on, which takes a little bit of time sometimes to get the thread just right. And time is the essence when you're filming with your phone. So to be able to just snap and click that in place, correct the ND, variable ND as you need it, and start filming is brilliant. There's a little extra bonus with this handle, which is really clever. Is that, look, it folds out and you can extend it into this. Look at that. So I mean, if you're doing vlogging or self tapes or YouTube content, whatever it might be, you might find this really useful. I can imagine if I'm filming in the streets, there are some events that I've been to and stuff, I could see this being really useful by pulling it, extending it up, and then being able to get really up high for different high shots. So that's a really clever little extra that they've added in there. And of course it folds back into a grip. There we go, perfect. Has a cold shoe mount right there, which is great for obviously a microphone or lights, so you can obviously connect it nice and easy. Really simple and quick and easy to work with. One last thing that this is really good for is, of course, because the handle is detachable, so you can actually just remove it, and you've got the case. I'm going to remove my handle. I just got my skin pinched. Ouch. Okay, be wary of that. This spring is pretty tough, and I just got my hand caught in there, so be wary of that. It's better that I try it first, so you know in the future. Try not to do it. It's not really showing on the camera. There you go. I'm being a big baby. Okay, so here it's just obviously the case, this fantastic magnetic connection for your filters really quickly. So of course it's really great for gimbals, because you can just plonk it straight onto the gimbal. Let's give it a go. So here it is, all set up nice and easy, very quickly on the Gimbal Smooth 5S, which is the one I'm using here. And as you can see, perfectly managing the weight, not a problem at all. So that to me is a double thumbs up, really, that you can actually use it as a handheld piece, which has got a nice grip on it, but then straight away you can put it onto your gimbal using that really clever magnetic connection, and there you go, perfect sort of tracking shots. Not a problem at all. And if I turn the head around, absolutely fine with the weight on that, not a problem at all. And this is, I'm using the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which is not as heavy as the iPhone 14 Pro Max, but it is pretty substantial. So I've got a fly in my ear now. There we go. But yeah, look at that, working perfect with that. Yeah, really pleased with that. So that I can use it straight away on my gimbal in whatever direction I need to be using it. And the reason I use ND filters is because I like to shoot at 24 frames per second. So of course my shutter speed needs to be 1/48. So if I'm using something like Filmic Pro, the Filmic Pro app, but if I wasn't using an ND filter with the manual settings that I mentioned, this is what happens, this is what the image looks like. And of course, if I put the ND filter on, and I can adjust from 1 to 5 on the ND, which would drop the stops down as much as I need, then you see the quality that you can get, and I've got full manual control, and I get the depth of field that I really want to the shot. I want my film to look more cinematic, not mobile video, which can be very hard and sharp around the edges. I want a little bit more softness. So the ND filter really helps with that and producing that quality. It's what I particularly like. It's what I enjoy shooting with. It's not for everyone, but if you're going to use an ND filter, that's kind of why you would use it, so that you can keep your cinematic footage at 24 frames per second at the correct shutter speed. You get the nice normal sort of motion blur that you would want in your images. It's not too hard. You get a lot more depth to your image, so it's really great. That's why we use ND filters. Cheers.